but it happens with any app
Right.
that requires like opening a new page.
Okay.
It will like go there and they get a white screen and it
Does
won't.
that happen through a browser?
Yes.
Okay, let's try it.
Yeah,
Are we gonna have phone support as an option? Can we call help?
yeah. You mean like LexisNexis or something?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. So, if it happens through a web browser, there shouldn't be a problem. Did we bother to put Chrome on there?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Go ahead and turn it on. Sit.
Yeah.
Get comfy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering. I'll tell you what. This was not happening when I bought the computer initially.
Right.
Now I did install this suite of like antivirus tools, whatever.
Right. Which one?
What's it called? Iolo something.
Okay. Well, that shouldn't really. If it all happens through a website, that shouldn't have anything to do with it. So if everything that happens through of LexisNexis,
Yeah.
if all that happens through a browser, then it's a web issue. It's not even necessarily the version of Windows you have or an update.
Okay.
And what browser were you
I would
using?
I generally just use Chrome, you know.
Right. And did you bother to install Chrome?
I did, yes. And in fact,
Yeah.
he told me the tech guy told me, to take, remove the copy I had before, install a fresh copy,
Right.
all that stuff,
Yeah.
which I did, and it was working fine. And then it just won't work anymore. I'll just show you what happens. Okay, so advance Lexis.com. So here's like the login page, right?
Right.
And I'll
Is
put
that
in my
Edge or is that Chrome?
This is Chrome.
Okay.
I tried using Edge and it doesn't work on that either.
Right. You still
So-
want to blame it on their setup.
So it's Lexis. Ah, and now it's working.
It's not working. I'm wondering if it had to do with bad internet connection.
Is that possible? I mean, like the internet in my
Potentially.
house?
Potentially, yeah.
Interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got like two different Wi-Fi's going. I have like one of those node systems,
Right.
and then I have like just a standalone router upstairs.
Well, I'm wondering if the connection just wasn't good or if you bothered to turn off the original router connection.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're using one of those expanders, do you know if it's the Google one or if it's the Arrow?
The expander?
Yeah.
It's what I have no idea. It's a little. So
You got like 2 or 3 of these pucks around the house, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's Linksys.
Okay, so it's probably what's it called?
They're little white towers.
Right. Yeah.
Little white towers.
Yeah.
They-
Okay.
They usually work really
Yeah,
well.
they're fine. But if you're connecting to the original network that you never turned off, like the little $50 router that came with your provider, you're supposed to turn that off so it doesn't interfere.
No. I bought like a Netgear thing, big old wacky
Okay.
thing with wings, kind of dealy. Like
But did you turn the Wi-Fi off on that?
no.
Okay, so you want to do that because what might be happening is obviously I have no way of necessarily knowing.
Okay.
But if this thing is on the wrong side of the house and it's still trying to call to the other box that was never disabled, when the only router connection you're supposed to be connecting to
Is the
correct.
nodes?
Yes.
So I need to shut down the other
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
so just log in and turn off the initial Wi-Fi,
Okay.
which is generally no longer needed.
Okay.
And a lot of these mesh units, they don't describe that, but what you want is to have one SSID floating around the house, not 2 or more.
Okay.
So you probably
See, I learned something.
Well, it's a performance thing, so
Mhm.
the more networks you have floating around, the more they all have to fight for competition.
Yeah.
So you want to disable the one that's in the cheaper. So even if you spent $300 on that router,
Yeah.
it's not designed to. Just people think if they spend money, they're going to get a bigger bubble.
Right. No, I get it.
Those mesh setups are what does that, not a more expensive router. Because if they sell it as a gaming router with 12 antennas,
Yeah.
it's fast if you're right next to it.
Right.
But people don't understand that. They think, oh, well, it has multiple antennas. It must be multiple times bigger bubble. That's not the case.
I understand.
So log in.
It can only project so far.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a technical limitation
Okay.
regardless of what you spend. Even in a big corporate environment, you need those repeaters every few feet.
Right.
So yeah. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
How's it going?
Hi, I called you earlier about a MacBook, or
Oh.
an iMac.
Oh yeah. Do you want help bringing it in?
No, I think I've got it. Just
Okay,
want to
cool.
make sure you're here.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Okay, so I'll just go in and
See if it's calling to the wrong network. Also, by disabling it, you'll increase the performance of that mesh network.
oh, okay. Wow.
So even though it's all Netgear, the net mesh network is a different, what's called an SSID than the initial router.
Got it. Okay, so let me just see if I still have the.
A lot of people don't realize that. But the hardware you have, it sounds like you got the good stuff because you can get these cheesy little $20 or $30
Ah, dude, I don't
Netgears.
buy that. I don't roll
Yeah.
like that.
Well, a lot of people think, well, if it exists, it'll
Yeah.
function. Yeah,
No,
the
I have-
Nighthawk as a standalone router is fine.
Yeah.
But
I just
only
need to
if
go
your
in
house-
and turn
yeah.
off. And
Yeah.
do I do that to the app?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of that newer router hardware.
It's all run from the app.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so I'll just.
Where traditionally you open up a web interface and you type an IP address, which is like 192.168.1.1,
Mhm.
and then log in and then disable it and then log out and then you're good.
Got it.
Yeah, which might still be an option.
Okay. Well.
So while you're on that one, oh, that's the other thing. If you're on the mesh network, you might not. That app might not give you access. You have to pay attention to exactly which SSID you're connected to, because if you're connected to your mesh network
Uh-huh.
with that, the app won't necessarily see the login. That it
So I
needs.
have to go. I have to log in through the. Put my mask on.
Thank you.
Got it. It's all right.
I have to go through the
We'll come
Nighthawk.
back in about 20
turn
or
up.
30 minutes.
Yeah. Do you want me to leave you anything, or you
Well, my initial assessment is that this machine is so old that I wouldn't recommend putting an effort into it. I
Okay.
think we talked about that. And if you want, I can pull the drive and you can potentially get data off. I could also take your backup and find out how out of date it is.
Okay.
Because if it's only days out of date, then there's no need to mess with this. Just walk away.
Okay.
Okay, you got the receipt. And that's the power for it, right?
Yep.
Cool. I'll
Okay.
call you shortly. I'm just going to plug it in and see what's on both.
Okay. Do you
Do you
want
have-
this or
yeah.
Here.
Let me see what else you got here. No, I don't need this. Do you have the power? Oh, is this the power for this?
Yeah, that's power for that. Do you want this for the?
Do you have the? Well, I have one of those cables, but do you have the data cable? Yeah, that. Cool.
Okay.
All right, I'll
Thank
call you
you.
shortly. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
Interesting. Yeah, something every day. So I've got to log into the Nighthawk
If you didn't already
Wi-Fi
disable it.
and disable it
Yeah,
that way.
that'll perform better. And we also don't know if the laptop's accidentally connecting to that, which is potentially too far away to be reliable.
I understand. Okay, even though it tells me it's logged into the mesh thing, there'd still be some.
Well, if
some-
you named it literally the exact same SSD.
No.
Yeah, some people do that too.
Oh,
It's unfortunate.
oh.
Then you got two networks. You don't know. So
I could have done that because I'm not really
Right.
that savvy about those things.
right.
I got it. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
I'll try that. Let me just try one other Let me try Edge and see if it still works.
Yeah. Just
That-
do all your updates.
Yeah, then I'll know that it's probably what you're saying.
Not necessarily. I mean, obviously here I can't properly diagnose
No,
that.
of course not. But if it's working here in your office
Right.
without any problem, it's zooming,
Right.
then that says that it's probably not the computer, it's probably something else.
Right. You might just have interference at home. We don't know what the issue is.
Got it.
Could have been a temporary issue. Meaning,
Mhm.
like if there was an outage in your neighborhood, which is sometimes a problem.
Yeah, it's working just fine here. So
Weird.
it's got to be something at home. You know, the other thing that's weird is I've noticed that every now and then, sort of sporadically,
Yeah.
the nodes, some of the nodes will just like go down for some reason. Like,
Maybe they're doing a reboot. That shouldn't happen more often than once every several days at most.
oh no, it happens maybe once every few weeks or so.
Right.
Like I'll notice that the status light on the node that's on the kitchen counter will go from blue, which is hi, I'm working fine,
Right.
to red, and then I'll have to reboot it, and then it'll
You
reboot.
shouldn't have
on-
to. That's the other thing. So if those mesh network utilities or
Mhm.
utilities devices are too far apart, they're like chain links. Or remember what a Venn diagram is from college or
Sure,
high
sure.
school?
Yeah.
If they're not overlapping enough, then they're not going to be doing their job. You want a lot of overlap.
I got it.
So if you've got something, even if you have what seems to be a short distance, if you've got like a Faraday cage of a house and you got metal or whatever, a lot going on between one room and
Mhm.
another, you could potentially need to move them closer.
Okay. So so just kind of configuration wise, you've got The second floor,
Is it like a board cube sort of shape, or is it a more elongated setup?
it's basically two rectangles sitting on top of each other.
Yeah, okay.
You've got the upper floor that kind
Okay.
of sits like this.
Yeah.
And then you've got the lower floor that kind of sits like that. You got
Right.
the staircase going up. So upstairs in the master bedroom is the master network connection where the Netgear router is
Right. Yeah.
and all that stuff. And that's
Yeah.
where the first node is plugged in.
Right.
Then I've got another one that's in my
Is that the top? Are we talking about 2 floors?
2 floors.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then there's one like in one of the kids' bedrooms down here.
Yes.
And then there's one downstairs.
Yes.
Now, I would say if I had to guess, now I'm not talking about vertical distance,
Right.
but just foot
Vertical's the distance is fine. So like if they're almost on top of each other, that's a good thing. And if you're trying to get down towards the end of the house, what you want to do is you take 2 of them
Yeah.
that are somewhat close to each other, whether they're on the same floor or not,
Mm-hmm.
and then just basically you spread all 3 apart equally or somewhat equally
Uh-huh.
along that corridor.
Got it.
That should do it. I mean, as long as there's not too much space between 2 of the units.
Yeah.
And then worst case scenario, you can even add more units.
Got it.
Like some of these homes are like 3,500 square feet or more, and you get a 6-pack, or you get 2 3-packs, and you can link them all as one set.
Right. I might buy a couple more
Right.
because I think I only have 3 now.
Now, you can imagine some of these homes are as big as 5,000 square feet.
Yeah,
Right.
some of them are
Yeah.
bigger than that.
Yeah, I've done that, and that's what fixes it.
Okay.
And it's technically just adding on, and it seems to be reliable after that happens.
Okay.
People just try to stretch themselves out too thin, almost literally, and it just doesn't want to reach that far.
Okay. All right. Well, that's
And
that.
Try that around
I
the
will.
house.
I will try that around the house, and I will disable the other
The
network.
actual.
Yeah. If I run into an issue, I might call you
Yeah,
and
sure.
say, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
trying to disable it. I'm kind of stuck."
Right.
So I'm gonna need to pay for this, and then there was also like a pinkish color one that was the same size as this.
Oh, what did we do with that? I thought that was trash.
Mm-mm.
Which one?
It was another Dell that was the same size. Remember this was the one where the some of the lugs were out and
Okay, so I left you one that was. You left with that one, right?
no this one I never brought. This is brand new.
Oh, okay.
I brought you like a pink, that pinkish rose gold colored one, which is the same size. It's a 13-inch. That one should probably be the 15-inch. Like
This is the 15. Yeah,
that's the
one.
big silver
Yeah.
one. It's
I
the
don't
same
remember the
color.
other one. Why am I blanking out?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I left it.
Yeah, I don't think you did. I only remember this being left here.
Well,
Darn.
I'll go home and look.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
go home and look.
Yeah, I don't have much going on right now.
Yeah.
It's not hard for me to misplace anything.
No, I wouldn't think so. I was
Um,
thinking, well, why? But I remember that we opened it up and we were playing around with something.
We were dealing with the. Wait, that's not the one where we pulled out the drive, right?
It was the one where we pulled out the drive.
Is it? Okay.
It was the one where we pulled out the drive.
Yeah. And then I don't know what the plan was with it. I
It
thought
must be at home.
all right.
It must be at home.
All right. Yeah, because
It must be because they paid you $150 for the last time. So that must have been for what you did.
yeah.
And I
Yeah,
wouldn't have paid you.
Right.
I wouldn't have paid you and left the computer here. That wouldn't make any sense.
Right. So there's this you wanted me to deal with,
This I gotta
and
pay.
that I helped set up. Right. So
No, this one is brand new.
right, but we swapped the drive out, right?
No, that was the pink one. That was the pink one I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you must have that be in
That's
possession
got to
of
be
it.
at home because I
You
wouldn't.
didn't you didn't leave me with anything other than
This one, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
there
they're
we
gonna
go.
pay for that one. Yep.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, this has got windows on it.
Yep.
It's ready to go.
Sweet.
All right. Yeah, that's why I get worried sometimes.
No. I believe me. I'm
Yeah.
the worst at misplacing things.
It's all right. Okay, cool. So there's that.
I just owe you for that.
Cool. $100.
You got it.
Sweet.
$100 it is.
Thanks.
No problem.
Let's fire it up. I haven't seen it turn on in a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, here. Let's turn it on.
I mean, I'm fairly confident it worked fine.
That.
Thanks. Yeah.
Problem.
Sweet.
It's funny. You pull out cash these days, and people look at you like you have 3 heads.
Well, it's a generational thing, I guess.
I know it is.
Yeah. I like having cash.
I do too.
Yeah. Okay. It's physically turning on. Is the charger right there? Let's
Right
see
here.
how dead or alive it might be.
Let's see this. This is some other brick. I think it's that one.
All right.
I think so.
plug this in here. And plug in. Why does it not feel right? Why is it not?
It might be it could be the wrong one. Try this one.
It feels weird.
Try this one.
All right.
Because the kids all have Dells from school. They all have Chromebooks.
That's weird. They look identical.
Yeah, it's just the little pluggy dealie is different.
Yeah.
They all have Chromebooks and they all have connectors that are a little bit similar.
Got it. Alrighty.
Hey, where'd the case go for this guy?
The case. That one?
No. Here it is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, it's all good.
Okay, I just wanted to see this. If I'm gonna get paid, I need a product to work.
There
There we go. Some must have died sitting around for the last few weeks.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I am not worried. My wife will be very happy because she keeps complaining that she doesn't have a computer.
Well, here we are. I just want to make sure. There we go. Oh, it's got Windows 11 on it. So
Nice.
This is all good.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, man.
All set.
Awesome.
Careful, don't
Nope.
snag that power.
No, I will not. All right, let me
Set.
turn this off.
Yeah, just do a normal
Good night.
shutdown.
Good night, Charlie.
Yeah, just reminder, it is cosmetically slightly different because it's the new Windows 11.
Yeah, she hasn't even played around with it, so
Got it.
I'll teach her around. I
It's
actually
not
like.
that much different.
No, I kind of like the new look and feel of this Windows 11. Actually,
Right.
some of it is a little more intuitive,
Right.
to figure out. Like
Right.
kind of that little dashboardy thing that you
Oh, right.
get when you
The
boot
control
up.
panel?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. I like the look and feel of that.
Sweet.
Okay, man. Well,
Thank you.
if I have a problem like turning off the router, I'll call you.
Yeah.
But otherwise, thanks as always, and I'm sure I'll see you
Sweet.
again soon.
Yeah. Again, I don't know why it might not work, but it'll be fun to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and I'll probably take your advice and buy another couple of nodes and plug them in. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's it's running when it's running right. It's 3 by 150 or something like that.
Right.
On 300 by 150.
Well, on the Wi-Fi, you can't really expect it to be what you're paying for. So if you're paying for 500,
Yeah.
getting 350 wirelessly is normal.
Yeah. No,
In
it's,
fact,
we don't have the ability to get 500 in our neighborhood right now that I know.
Right.
Otherwise, I would have already had it.
Wireless is not going to give you whatever it is you're paying for.
Sure.
Plugging in is really the only way to accurately
Yeah.
get anything close to what you're paying for.
No, that's where I test it. I mean, I have a desktop upstairs and I run the speed test off that, and
Right.
and that clocks out usually at 300 by 150 or 300 by 200, depending, something like that.
Right. Cool.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Yes.
If I have a problem, I'm gonna give you a call. Otherwise,
Thank
see you soon.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good day. All right. Okay, so this customer brought me 2011 iMac. Again, if it's a 2011, you don't put money into it. You grab the hard drive if you want your data, and then move on. Let's see if her hard drive has anything meaningful on it. Is this the actual power? Yeah, I guess it is. Doesn't look like it. It just doesn't look like a stock. Let's see, what does this say? G drive. Yes, it has that let's see look to it, doesn't it? Oh my goodness! You know what? Is my Mac plugged in? I don't think it is. Oh, how fun. It's got the G drive plug in it. Let me put my cache away. Yes, yes, yes. How is the day? Alright. You know what? I don't think I have that much more. I'm not that interesting on camera today. I'm going to plug in this hard drive and see what the latest update is on their Time Machine. I'm guessing they use Time Machine. And then that 2011, is going to be walked away from. Worst case scenario, we don't have a recent update, and then she's going to have me tear into this old thing, and that's it. I don't think I want my customers dealing with a 10-year-old machine. If that even fires up, I'd be surprised. It's literally a 10 or 12-year-old machine. A 2012... No, 2012 is the next year. Can't see what's going on here. Oh man, it's a heavy one. Yeah, this is a 2011 27-inch iMac. If it works, I'd be surprised. So, customer wants their data. I'm going to see how late their backup is. If it's a later backup, meaning within the last few weeks, then I'm going to tell her to walk away from that behemoth of a machine. But anyway, I just figured I'd have a technical conversation on camera. If you've never been here before, you've just stumbled across an IT guy who occasionally shows off what he's up to throughout a day, 3 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday at 10 a.m. California time is generally when you'll find me here. Sometimes else, other times during those days or others, if it makes sense. Subscribe if you want to keep track of a local IT guy. You can give me a live phone call at 855-434-8787 and show up in the YouTube chat and make your own friends with others that show up.